Scott Hudson and Mike Thunderbolt today here in a jam-packed worldwide arena. The Gambler making his way to the ring. And Mike, I'm so pumped. In just a week, it's Bash at the Beach. Randy Savage and psychotic Sid Vicious to take on Kevin Nash and the Stinger.
Well, as Thunderbolt used to say, you better call somebody and tell them about Bash at the Beach.
You know.
Roddy Piper, RP the VP, Vice President Piper, and the President Ric Flair. You know that they're doing anything within their power to stir things up in World Championship Wrestling. And this is their latest edict. Certainly, edict, their latest ruling.
Oh.
Certainly there's friction between Sting and Kevin Nash. The world's heavyweight champion still does not know decisively who was behind the wheel of the Hummer.
Who does?
Sting denies it. But Kevin Nash does not trust Sting. However, Kevin Nash has to go into the ring at Bash at the Beach with Sting as his tag team partner. And when they look across the ring, they will see not 2, but 5 individuals, because it's not only Team Savage, Randy Savage and Sid Vicious, but it's also that 3-lady entourage of Gorgeous George, Medusa, and Miss Madness. And it possibly could even be a 6th person joining them.
What?
Because we have heard Randy Savage mention that he's going to show his cards at Bash at the Beach. And, you know, we try and figure out, we try and decipher, try and interpret what Randy Savage says. My best feeling is that Randy Savage is going to unveil exactly who drove the Hummer at Bash at the Beach.
Do you know something we don't know?
No, I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together when I listen to Randy Savage's interviews.
Good luck. Boy, those poor closed captioning guys must pull their hair out when Savage grabs a mic. But Bash at the Beach, supposedly, and I agree with you, Mike, Randy Savage has dropped every hint in the world that he is going to tell us who was driving the Hummer when we get to Fort Lauderdale on July 11th for Bash at the Beach. That's going to be so unbelievable, and I got to think that Kevin Nash and Sting, that tag team is so volatile. Something is going to happen between Kevin Nash and Sting at Bash at the Beach. I just feel it in my gut. I don't think you can not trust your partner like Kevin Nash doesn't trust Sting and have that team work. Something's going to blow up in Fort Lauderdale.
Certainly a very difficult situation when you go into a matchup knowing that on the surface you can't even trust your opponent. Maybe it's going to be a situation where Sting and Kevin Nash will have to work together to gain each other's trust. We'll find out July the 11th.
The Gambler, a hip toss on Scotty Riggs. Oh, Scotty walked right into a full scoop and slam from the Gambler. The Gambler's a veteran. Let's not sell him short. Left arm clothesline from the Gambler. Lateral press, and Scotty Riggs out at 1.
Well, the Gambler has been through the ring wars, but still giving away, I would say, in terms of experience, just in sheer number of matches that a wrestler has competed in, giving away an edge there to Scotty Riggs. A lot of people are talking about how former Flock members have taken their game to another level. Certainly the case with Kidman.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the case with Perry Saturn. You can also make a case for Van Hammer. But what about Scotty Riggs? Is he going to be the next of the former Flock members to take it up another notch and prove themselves in World Championship Wrestling?
Nice extension by Scotty Riggs, putting the boot right in the throat of the Gambler. And you talked about Saturn. Saturn gets a shot at gold at Bash at the Beach. He teams with the Canadian crippler, Chris Benoit. They have an opportunity to gain the World Tag Team Championships. They're in there with the triad with the East Coast attitude. Bam Bam Bigelow, Diamond Dallas Page, and Canyon. And do we know, is there any ruling about which 2 of those 3 are going to put the belts up at the pay-per-view?
Well, of course not. Think back, Diamond Dallas Page and Bam Bam Bigelow formed that bond with Ric Flair, that association with the president of WCW. Here's a roll-up out of nowhere by the Gambler. Only a 2 count.
Oh, that was close.
One of the benefits of that association with Ric Flair is that they are allowed to use triad rules. And I'm not just talking about which 2 wrestlers are going to compete before the bout. Ric Flair is also allowing them to change on the fly during a tag match.
Now, when was that announced?
This is part of the deal between Ric Flair and the triad with the East Coast attitude, and you know that they're going to do everything within their power to flaunt that at Bash at the Beach.
Oh, you know it.
Deservedly so. Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, former World Tag Team Champions. There's no question they deserve another shot.
Certainly so. Hang on. The Gambler lateral press got a 2 count on Scotty Riggs. You know that Perry Saturn and Chris Benoit, as part of the revolution, you throw in Dean Malenko and Buff Bagwell, they want their shot. They feel they've been held back. Well, they're going to get their shot at Bash at the Beach. Nice drop kick from Scotty Riggs. There are those who say, and I don't disagree, that may be the best drop kick in the sport today.
Well, certainly one of the best. Great leg extension and goes to the back. And oh, he just dropped the Gambler face first.
The showstopper right on the WCW logo, and Scotty Riggs will get the Duke. That's an impressive victory.
He dominated this matchup with the Gambler. Scotty Riggs may be well on his way to attaining similar success to former Flock members like a Van Hammer, like Kidman and Perry Saturn.
You know, we talk so much about the pay-per-view. Let's go back and do this one justice. Let's take another look at the action we saw earlier as Scotty Riggs gets the Duke over the Gambler. This is our Valvoline replay. You can always tell the guys who use Valvoline.
A couple of great angles of that picture-perfect drop kick executed by Riggs. There you see the leg onto the back of the head of the Gambler. Drives him face first to the canvas with the showstopper, and the pinfall is academic.
Don't touch that dial. More WCW action and Larry Zbyszko golf tips still to come.